Come on.
Hey everybody. Okay, so it is January 23rd, which means it's the day after my check-in day, and it's also the day of my swim test. I had my swim test at 8:30 this morning. I woke up at like 6:45, and I was way too early. Like, I woke up way too early. I didn't need that much time. I got to Mickey's retreat at 8 o'clock, even though our test wasn't until 8:30. And went in, and I started talking to people at my table, because they split you up into groups, like Ariel's team Ariel, team Nemo, stuff like that. I was team Ariel, and I met some people. I was in a group of 8 people, and 3 of us, me and 2 other people, were supposed to be at Yacht and Beach Club. That was our location. Me and 1 other girl and 1 guy. And so we, start doing the test. We go to the vision test, and we pass and everything, except for 1 girl did fail the vision test. Basically, what I wanted to say is I failed the deep water test. Yeah, there it is. Failure. So I failed the deep water test. I did the 8 laps. I was able to do that easily. And then the part I wasn't even worried about, the 8 feet deep brick retrieval, is what got me. I didn't even get to try to tread water. That's what I was most nervous about. And I didn't even get to try because I didn't pass the brick test. They gave me 3 tries, and for some reason, I just could not get it. The second time, I picked up the brick, and I was able to pull it up a little bit, and but they said even if I would have brought it all the way to the top, it didn't count, because I technically bent over, and you're not allowed to bend over at all. You have to be your head has to be either just looking down or forward the entire time. You can't bend more than your shoulders over. So they said even if I would have brought it up, it wouldn't have counted. So they said after the 3rd time, they were just going to let me try for shallow. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I did, and I passed. So that was, A-okay. So after that, they were like, okay, you all will be getting an email within 24 hours to give you all information. If you have any questions, you can email about it. There should be an email attached to that email. And I was like, okay. But I really thought that since I had failed and retested, that I was going to go talk to somebody, and it was going to take longer, but they said I was good to go too, that I would just get an email in 24 hours as well as everybody else. And I think the reason I didn't have to do that was because there was 2 girls in my group who were supposed to be at Art of Animation and the Contemporary. Everybody in my group, even the people who knew that they were at shallow resorts like Art of Animation, I think there was a Caribbean Beach, and there was All-Star Movies. All of those people, even though they knew they were at shallow locations, they still had to. They made my entire group do deep water test, and they didn't do that for everybody. But apparently, they had a lot of people fail the deep test earlier in the first few rounds, so they made all of us do deep water test in case some people could pass the deep. And it's a good thing they did, because I failed, and the other 2 people who were supposed to be at Yacht and Beach Club also failed. LOL, we all failed. But those 2 girls ended up passing, and so I think the reason it was so easy to give me my schedule and I didn't have to go talk to anybody was because they just switched us. I am now at the Contemporary, and that's where one of the girls that passed was supposed to be. Her name was Jenna, I think. And then the other girl was supposed to be at Art of Animation. So I'm assuming the other girl that was supposed to be at Yacht and Beach Club is now at Art of Animation. I'm assuming. I don't know. But I'm sure I'll meet up again with them later during Ella's training and everything. But for now, it's chillaxing. I'm chillaxing, relaxing by the pool. The shallow pool, that is. Yeah, it's been a stressful day. I was so nervous going into my test. I was so nervous. Just stress, I don't know. And then after it all happened, I was just I didn't even cry. I really thought I was going to cry, but I didn't cry. I was just exhausted. I got back to my room, and I was talking to my roommates about it and everything. And somebody was like, hey, did you all get this email? And I checked my emails, and then there it was, my schedule. And I opened it up, and I was like, the Contemporary! And I started screaming and everything. And then I was just like, okay, I'm dead. And then I've just been dead since then. Like, I have no energy. And I think it's just between, like, we were up late last night, and my roommate went to the, Kelly went to the parks, and so she didn't get back till later, so she had to, like, move stuff around because she hadn't fully unpacked and everything. And so we were all up really late, and I was just tired, and then the stress, and then the workout of the 8 laps and everything. I think I'm just, like, drained, emotionally and physically drained, because I went from being like stress to I failed to and now I'm just like, go to bed. But it's on the bright side, it is a warm 75 degrees today. Woo-hoo! DCP. Even my DCP sounds weaker because I'm so tired. So yeah, it's been a fun day, I guess. Oh, I was gonna add, this is really funny because yesterday, when my parents were here, my parents were like, okay, so if you do fail the test, and they're like, okay, we have the options between Coronado Springs and the Contemporary, where would you pick? And I was like, oh, the Contemporary. And they were like, my mom was like, are you sure? Have you seen the Contemporary pool? And I was like, just pictures of it. And she's like, we need to go see it because I don't know if you'll like that pool. And I was like, okay. So we went and saw it, and I looked around, and I was like, yeah, this would be great. Like, this is fine. And it's on the monorail, so it's like, awesome, because I can go to Magic Kingdom. And I was like, it's great. It's a great location. And I was like, it's good. And so then we left, and we went to the bathroom before we got back on the monorail, and they have these fancy towels. They say Disney's Contemporary Resort, and they look really nice. It's just like a little paper towel, but they're like thick, and they're fancy. And I took one as a souvenir, and now it's my location. So, like, is that Disney magic or what? Pardon my pixie dust. I hope you all enjoy this video, and I hope this is really helpful for future DCPs or future Disney lifeguards, anybody who's interested in being a lifeguard at the Disney, Walt Disney World, because that is 2 myths. Not every resort is a shallow water resort. Done. That's point blank. Yacht and Beach Club is a deep water resort. No ifs or ands about it. Like, no, there's not. I've talked to so many lifeguards and so many, like, alumni, and everybody I've talked to has said that if you are at a resort, you are a shallow water guard, and that the only chances of deep water guard are at Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. That is incorrect. Second off, you don't jump in to get the brick. You have to be in the water already, and it doesn't sound hard, but it is so much harder than it sounds. Like, I really thought it was going to be easy, and when I found out and I started practicing for it back home, I was like, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to do that. And I wasn't, so, But that is 2 myths I want to bust right now. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. I hope you all have a magical day. Thank you all for watching, and I cannot wait to see you real soon at the Contemporary Resort. Bye! Now, would you call me Walt and pardon my pixie dust because I failed that deep water test?